On a gloomy evening in New York, Richard Matthew embarked on a long, eerie drive with his wife, Emily, and their two children, Lily and Ethan. They were headed to Richard's grandfather's house, nestled deep in the countryside. The winding roads were dimly lit, with the occasional flickering street lamp casting shadows that seemed to dance in the darkness. As they ventured farther from the city lights, the raindrops started to patter against the car roof. Richard tightened his grip on the steering wheel, squinting through the windshield as the rain intensified. The wipers worked frantically to clear the water, but visibility became increasingly scarce. Emily peered out the window, her eyes reflecting the unease that had settled within the car. "Richard, maybe we should find a place to pull over until the rain lets up," she suggested. Richard nodded in agreement, searching for a suitable spot to wait out the storm. However, before he could make a decision, a deafening clap of thunder echoed through the night, causing the children to jump in their seats. Suddenly, as if emerging from the shadows, a figure appeared on the side of the road. Richard strained his eyes to make out the silhouette of a woman, drenched and disheveled, running desperately in the downpour. "Should we help her?" Emily questioned, her voice wavering with uncertainty. Feeling a sense of empathy, Richard decided to pull over. The woman approached the car, her soaked clothes clinging to her shivering form. Richard rolled down the window slightly, the raindrops splattering inside the car. "Please, you have to help me! They're after me!" the woman pleaded, her eyes wide with fear. Richard hesitated, but opened the door, allowing her to seek refuge in the back seat. As she settled in, her panicked breaths echoed in the confined space. "Who's after you?" Richard asked, glancing at Emily, whose eyes mirrored the unease he felt. The mysterious woman, now seemingly calmer, began recounting a chilling tale of a deserted mansion hidden deep in the woods where she claimed to have narrowly escaped a group of malevolent figures conducting sinister rituals. Her story sent shivers down their spines, and the rain outside intensified, creating an unsettling backdrop. We continue the story, but before that, please hit the like button for this video and subscribe my YouTube channel for more scary stories. Uneasy but determined to help, Richard continued driving, now accompanied by the unsettling narrative from the back seat. The road twisted and turned, the headlights cutting through the thick sheets of rain. The atmosphere inside the car grew tense, the only sounds the raindrops pelting against the metal frame. Suddenly, the headlights illuminated a dilapidated sign that read, "Abandoned Mansion 1 mile ahead." Richard's grip on the steering wheel tightened. He exchanged a glance with Emily, who was gripping Lily and Ethan tightly. As they approached the mansion, the woman's demeanor shifted. Her eyes, once wide with fear, now glinted with an unsettling intensity. Without warning, she lunged at Richard, her hands gripping his throat. Panic erupted in the car as Emily screamed, trying to shield the children. In the struggle, Richard's vision blurred, and the car swerved dangerously. He fought to maintain control, desperately reaching for anything that could fend off the attacker. The rain outside seemed to intensify. Just as Richard's strength waned, a blinding flash of lightning illuminated the surroundings. In that brief moment, the family glimpsed the horrifying truth. The woman's face contorted into a ghastly mask, revealing eyes devoid of humanity. The realization hit them like a thunderbolt. They had unknowingly invited something malevolent into their car. As the darkness closed in, Richard, Emily, Lily, and Ethan succumbed to unconsciousness, the car coming to a halt near the foreboding mansion. The rain continued to pour, washing away any trace of the night's macabre events. Several hours had passed since the disturbing encounter near the abandoned mansion. The rain had subsided, leaving a haunting calmness in its wake. Richard's phone buzzed, and with a heavy heart, he answered the call from his worried grandfather. "Richard, where are you? I've been trying to reach you for hours," the elderly voice crackled with concern. Breathing a sigh of relief, Richard began recounting the unsettling events of the night. He spoke of the mysterious woman, the abandoned mansion, and the inexplicable darkness that had befallen their family. His grandfather listened intently, a heavy silence lingering on the line. Get to the hospital immediately. I'll arrange for someone to meet you there. It's not safe. His grandfather's voice quivered with an urgency that sent chills down Richard's spine. Following his grandfather's advice, Richard guided the car towards the nearest hospital. The headlights cut through the night, revealing a building that stood as a beacon of hope against the lingering darkness. As they arrived, a shadowy figure approached, escorting them inside. The hospital corridors were eerily quiet, the only sound being the soft hum of fluorescent lights overhead. Richard's family was rushed into the care of the medical staff, their unconscious forms carried away on stretchers. Anxiety gnawed at Richard as he paced the sterile halls, waiting for any news. As the night wore on, a sense of unease settled over the hospital. Richard's grandfather arrived, his face etched with worry. In hushed tones, he spoke of ancient legends and dark forces that lurked in the periphery of human understanding. He revealed that the abandoned mansion was a place tainted by malevolent energies, and the woman they encountered was a harbinger of doom. Suddenly, a bone-chilling scream echoed through the hospital. Richard's heart raced as he recognized the voice. It was the same woman. Panic spread like wildfire as hospital staff rushed to the source of the disturbance. They found her, the mysterious woman, standing in the hallway, her presence casting a sinister aura. The air grew thick with an otherworldly chill as her eyes locked onto Richard. A malevolent grin played on her lips as she uttered incomprehensible words that sent shivers down the spines of those present. In a horrifying twist, the woman's form contorted and shifted, her body transforming into a grotesque, otherworldly creature. Chaos ensued as the hospital staff and Richard's family found themselves trapped in a nightmarish confrontation. The creature moved with unnatural speed, its movements a blur of darkness. One by one, it targeted Richard's family, leaving a trail of lifeless bodies in its wake. Richard, paralyzed with fear, could only watch helplessly as the creature approached him, its eyes gleaming with a malevolent hunger. Just as the creature lunged at him, a blinding light enveloped the hospital. Richard's grandfather, wielding ancient symbols and incantations, stood at the epicenter of a protective barrier. The creature recoiled, screeching in agony as the symbols repelled its unholy presence. In the ensuing chaos, Richard's grandfather chanted a powerful ritual, banishing the malevolent entity back to the darkness from whence it came. The hospital, now eerily silent, bore witness to the aftermath of a supernatural struggle. As dawn broke, the hospital staff discovered the devastation left in the wake of the creature's wrath. Richard, traumatized and grieving, stood among the remnants of his shattered family. The once hopeful visit to his grandfather's house had turned into a nightmare beyond comprehension. The tale of that fateful night lingered in the memories of those who survived, a cautionary tale of the thin veil between the known and the unknown, and the ancient forces that could be awakened by a mere encounter with the supernatural. The abandoned mansion and the spectral woman became whispers in the wind, a chilling reminder that some horrors could not be escaped, even in the sanctuary of a hospital's sterile walls. Our horror story is over. If you enjoyed the scary story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more scary stories, and share your scary experiences in the comments below. Until next time, may your nights be filled with mystery and your drives with eerie echoes of suspense. Be brave and drive carefully into the unknown. Good night. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.